Hi, I'm Mike Finley, write-in presidential candidate for 2016. Please remember that name, Michael D. Finley of Santa Clarita, California, and write it in on your ballot in 2016. I do not belong to a political party, and I do not accept campaign contributions because I don't want to be bought and have a conflict of interest with the American people. So my name will not be on the ballot in most states. That's why you have to write it in on the ballot, so please be ready to do that. I want to talk to you today about my campaign platform point number 9, which says there must be a federal process to remove any government official, elected or otherwise, by recall vote. Now, this would be a federal process. You need to understand that in order to do something like this, will probably require a constitutional amendment. So again, like the term limits proposal I had for Congress, this would require a constitutional amendment in order to be properly enacted as a law. And again, if Congress won't go along with it, which they probably won't, then what we need is a strong leader who can rally the states to form a constitutional convention under Article 5. It requires 2/3 of the states to vote to call a constitutional convention. And then we can push something like this through even without the cooperation of the bickering two-party system in Congress. So let me explain how this would work. Let's take some recent examples in the news. Lois Lerner at the IRS. We know that she abused the IRS's authority in order to pick on some of the president's opponents by abusing the ability to conduct audits and auditing a much higher percentage of organizations that were involved in opposing the president. Well, obviously the president's not going to remove her from office the way she should be removed from office. So if we had a federal recall process, then we, the people, could vote to remove her from that office, even if it's not an elected position. Let's look at the presidents. No matter who is the president, there's always bumper stickers, at least within a few years into their presidency. Somebody has bumper stickers saying impeach the president. Okay, you had to impeach Bush, you had to impeach Clinton, you got to impeach Obama, stickers going around. And a lot of people call for impeachments of presidents. Now, some of that is just that presidents are not always popular, okay? Some of them, maybe they really deserved to be impeached. So, impeachment is a process, and a lot of people don't understand impeachment, but impeachment is a process by which a president is accused of a crime and charged with it. That's the articles of impeachment. And then if they're actually convicted and removed from office, then that is removal. A lot of people don't realize Bill Clinton was impeached. He was not removed. Congress voted to, the House of Representatives in Congress voted to impeach him, which is just the issuance of the articles of impeachment, which is the accusation. Then on trial in the Senate, they did not convict and remove him. So he was impeached but not removed. Well, under my proposal, you could remove a president. The people of America could remove the president. And one concern I have is that I don't think it should be something that is done by just a simple majority vote. I think it's something that should require a 2/3 vote. Otherwise, it could create a lot of instability in government. So, again, even a good president can have periods of unpopularity for whatever reason. And sometimes it is that president's fault. Sometimes it's not. For example, you blame the president for the economy. Well, the Federal Reserve has a lot more influence over the economy than the president does. So, very frankly. So, anyway, so as the presidential numbers go up and down, I think we shouldn't be just tossing people out willy-nilly. But I do think that in a serious situation where we want to be able to remove that person from office. Again, elected position, not elected position, should not matter. We should be able to vote and remove them. Now, under my proposal, what would happen is that the states would be able to call, a lot like they do with the Constitutional Convention, and I would say that could be by majority, by simple, 51% majority of the states, could vote to call for a recall election, and then the federal government must hold the recall election regarding the specific person to be recalled, and then it would take a 2/3 vote of the public to remove that person from office. But we could do that to anybody who really needed to be removed. And if our government is not going to do their job to remove people, then we the people could remove them. Of course, if I was the president, and when I am the president, I will remove people from office who engage in misconduct. Certainly, if I were the president and Lois Lerner was playing these kinds of games at the IRS and then taking the Fifth Amendment to protect herself when she's called in to testify and answer questions before Congress, I'd remove her. Now, that's an executive branch position, and the president has control over that position. I would remove her from office and replace her with someone who has more integrity. That's what a president is supposed to do. If you want presidents who do that kind of thing, you need to stop electing meat puppets, political prostitutes, who are controlled by others financially, who go around gaining so much financial support that they are beholden to doing the things that their major contributors, their financial contributors, require of them. This is why I'm running for free. This is why I ask you to do things to help me to get the word out. I ask you to share these messages. I ask you to share these videos. I ask you to tweet about them. I ask you to tell people about them verbally. I ask you to email them. Whatever you can do to spread the message. Also, I'll let you know something. I have been asked already, even though we're only about a month into my doing this campaign. It's not even a full month yet. I have had some people asking me if I would come and speak to groups. The answer is yes. I've been offered actually money to come speak to groups. The answer to that is no. I'll speak to your group, but I'll only do it for free, because the point is to not pay me. Because anybody who pays you, often there's a good possibility they want some kind of a favor in return for that. Now, I obviously can't afford, if I'm campaigning for free, to travel all over the country and incur travel expenses. But there's this wonderful new thing called the internet, and there's these things like Skype, where we could do a video conference, and I could speak to a group anywhere in the country by Skype electronically. And if you're in Southern California near where I'm at, then I would even be willing to travel to you and speak to your groups. So feel free to contact me through Facebook, and I will very soon also have a website up and a way for you to be able to contact me and line up these kinds of things. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. Remember, vote for Michael Finley of Santa Clarita, California as a write-in candidate on your ballot in 2016. See you then.